Bismillah. We're going to be talking about the top 3 sugars that are actually healthy for you and the best one that you should be using if you're a diabetic. I'm going to talk about the 3 sugars that are actually good for you, and the last one will be the one that is best for you if you are a diabetic. Okay, so number 3, my personal favorite and probably the easiest one to find is date sugar. Now, why this is easy is because you can make it yourself if you can't even find it in the store, because all it is dates that have the seed removed and then they've been dried and crushed up. And this is what they call date sugar. Now I'm going to go over the pros and cons of using date sugar. So first, the pros. Dates have a lot of vitamins and minerals. With just 4 dates, it will provide for you about 15% of your daily RDI of most of your minerals. It has lots of potassium, magnesium, copper, iron, calcium, phosphorus, niacin, lots of B vitamins. So overall, a lot of great nutrition in just a little bit of dates. Dates are also very high in fiber, and this is key because the way that sugar is packaged is how it's going to affect your body. Usually you can see in most fruit, it has fiber. And when you make juice, you're taking away the fiber. So when you're having the sugar still with the fiber, this will help to lower the GI, which will make it have a much lower impact on your overall blood sugar, which is a good thing. They've actually done several studies with dates to see how it would affect your plasma glucose and how it works with diabetes. And they found that dates were very good at keeping the glycemic levels in control. Dates were found to reduce both kinds of fasting plasma glucose. So this was really good. And it had a neutral effect on the HbA1c, which is a test that they have you do to see if you are diabetic. So if you have diabetes of any kind, eating dates in moderation would probably be fine. So that would be maybe 2-3 dates every few days, not like having cups and cups of dates, so in moderation. This brings me to the downside of dates. Please take a minute to like and subscribe. So the main cons are that although it does have a lot of fiber, and having a lot of fiber helps your body to absorb the carbs at a slower pace, dates are loaded with carbohydrates. And the calories are quite significant. So it will not help you to lose weight. They're very high in calories. So if you're a diabetic, this would probably not be the number one sugar choice for you. Although you could still eat them, it's probably not a good idea to make it a constant habit of using dates for a sugar substitute. Now, if you do not have diabetes, then you don't have to worry about it. In fact, I use date sugar all the time for my family in cooking and baking a lot because it's a really great alternative sugar. So if you're not diabetic, this is a great choice. Also very cheap and easy to find. And I like it because it is loaded with the nutrients. So when you're cooking and adding this to recipes, it really helps to add into more nutrients. Okay, sugar number 2. This would be the monk fruit sweetener. This is a fruit that's found in Asian countries. How they use it is they take off the skin and the seeds and they grind this up. And what's interesting about monk fruit is it's not sweetened by the actual fruit. It's sweetened by the antioxidants in the fruit, which is a special antioxidant called mogosides. So when they press the juice out, they separate out the mogosides. So what's interesting about this is it's not a sweetener with fructose or glucose. How is that? Because most fruits have fructose and glucose, but what we're doing here is they're separating out the juice and then they're separating the juice so that they're not getting the fructose or the glucose, they're just getting the antioxidant out, mogoside. So some pros of using monk fruit sweetener is it has 0 calories. And it's very high in antioxidants. And it's a very sweet, 100 to 250 times sweeter than regular sugar. So you just need a little bit. Another pro is it does not affect your blood sugar. And it can improve your glycemic control. And another big pro is it's anti-inflammatory. And this is what they say sugar causes in your body is lots of inflammation. And that's one of the big problems of having regular table sugar is because of this inflammation. So this monk fruit sugar doesn't have this problem. It doesn't cause any kind of inflammation in your body. Consider a con of using monk fruit is it's not well studied. So I'll leave that one for you guys to decide, as more studies definitely need to be done on this sugar option, but it is definitely very promising. And that brings us to sugar number 1. The best sugar for diabetics and for any of us who would like to have it, and that would be stevia. But hold on now, you just can't go out and get some stevia, and I'll tell you why. So let's go over some of the pros and cons first of stevia, and then I'll let you in on the little secret that they don't tell you. So stevia is derived from a plant, and they usually take the leaves of this plant. You can crush that up, you can extract it. They use many ways to be able to use this sweetener. And what's really great about this for diabetics is that it actually can suppress your plasma glucose levels, and it can significantly increase your glucose tolerance. So this means that if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, it will help to stabilize your blood sugar levels. It increases your insulin production, and it also increases your insulin's effect on your cells and help to improve your overall diabetic condition. So this is lots of benefits for using this sugar, especially if you are diabetic. Another pro is stevia is low in calories and carbs, so you're not going to gain weight by eating stevia. And it also might reduce your risk of any kind of pancreatic cancer. So more good benefits. Stevia is also very sweet, so you just need a few drops to do the job. It's very sweet. So this brings us to our cons. What are the cons of stevia? Well, the main one is that most stevias that you'll buy in your store are highly processed. They go from anywhere to 10 to 100 steps of processing before it actually gets to you. And you can buy it in many different brands. They have it in drops, you can get it, or powdered packets, you can get it. You probably have heard of Truvia or Sweet Leaf. And they go through a lot of steps before it actually becomes that sugar that you buy. By going through all this processing, of course, it affects the actual outcome of your product that you guys are consuming. So it's not very good quality at this point. So not to worry though, you can easily grow this plant yourself. Even if you live in an apartment, you can grow this little plant. It's a tiny little shrub, and you just need a leaf or two. They're very easy to grow. And by doing it yourself, you avoid all this processing and you get all the full benefits of actually using the real stevia. So it definitely has more pros than cons, as the only con is that you need to watch out for how it's being processed. And even if you get a more processed version, it doesn't mean that it's going to be bad for you. Just watch out for whatever additives that they've added to it and try to get the one that's most pure. Those are the top 3 sugars. It will take a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to use these for your baking and cooking needs. And if you need any help with that, you can go to my cooking channel here. I'll leave a link for it at the end of the video. We do lots of recipes there for healthy baking and desserts and things that you can use. We use a lot of date sugars and going towards stevia, so you can go there and check them out and see how to use these sugars yourself. Also, if you would like to see the effects of getting rid of sugar in your diet, come and watch my video here, where I did my own experiment and I am currently do not eat any kind of processed sugar. So you can go ahead and watch that video here. And thanks for watching.